Howdy, folks. It is Aaron here with Words for Wisdom. Just driving to work. Two times out of the week, I have to drive 30 miles to go to one job location. For those who don't really know or you just subscribe, I have a lot of subscribers. Yay! We're climbing up. Like the Drake song says, started from the bottom. That was being funny. It's kind of interesting because, sorry you guys, it's really early in the morning, so I'm like, and have coffee. It's just life. It's just how it goes. There was like a lot of different things that I was watching. As usual, I like to observe and watch other channels because some people, they come in my timeline for a certain reason. And I came across, I forgot to like remember her channel, her name. It's like Mindful something, but I put her in the description box below. And it was kind of fascinating what she said about religion and cults. And I don't want to give too much away because it's how she said it. It was so precise and it was so perfect that I don't want to shatter her swagger. I just thought it was quite interesting how I grew up Pentecostal Christian, and I was used to the outbursts in church. My grandmother was the minister, and I love my grandma. I just kind of sort of, I don't know, grandma doesn't tell me a lot of things. I try to like sniff her out and try to get her to be more open with me of anyone. And so I always tell her, come on, Grandma, like, what do you really want to say? But my grandmother in church used to be the one that goes, hi! I feel it, hi! Like, that was just, the screaming, the moaning, and the yelling. It's interesting. It's fascinating to think that you have a creator who could impose as like three different, it's kind of like how I teach group exercise. I'm a dance teacher as well, and I choreograph for performances. So I'm one being doing different tasks. So if I were to channel the creator, it's kind of interesting how we always think like some side has to be right and some side has to be wrong, and we never think that like maybe perhaps each side was intentionally engineered and created for a reason. It's a test. And the astrology for the soul. Hi Kapacha, if you ever cross my channel. Kapacha is amazing. I call him Soul Brother because I just feel like you resonate with him through the camera when he talks. Anyways, he's talking about Pluto conjuncting Saturn, the south node of the moon, in the constellation Capricorn. So you guys have to understand. Would you let me over, please? I'm on the infamous 405 in Los Angeles, and then they want to get over this way. People are, 405 is like, like that bridge in Atlanta. Is it Atlanta, you guys? Or the Holland Tunnel? Well, the 405 is like top 5 of the worst highways in the United States. Which is why I push record, because I didn't make it on time to go to my ocean spot to make a video. Anyways, So Capricorn's really going through it. We've been going through it. Saturn has been in Capricorn for 5 years, Saturn went direct and indirect, and then it went to Capricorn, I think it was a year or two ago. But we also have Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn to the end of the year. So we're just going through a lot of shit. and by going through it really means like it's not as bad as, binge eating or whatnot. It's just like the world's falling apart and Capricorn kind of isn't. And then when Capricorn questions things, people retaliate with remarks of accountability, like, "Oh, this is your fault," and it's like, what I do? So a lot of times I just been kind of like questioning, what the hell did I do to you? I'm just trying to be here and do what I can, and I mean, not just real talk as a person. You guys don't really see day to day what Aaron goes through, but it's like it'll go from a text message from a friend who I haven't spoke to in 4 months, and them accusing me of a text being, my content, what I said was so rude. Why are you crooked? Like what I said was rude, or how dare you? You're always, egotistical and pessimistic. And it's like things they hold on for a long time. They just kind of throw in your face, and it's like, whoa, hold on, I'm human here. Hello, slow it down. I thought that we could live in a world where we could be kind and compassionate. And what I learned about Saturn in the constellation Capricorn is that there's only one zodiac who can tap into the knowledge of Saturn and reveal the truth. Like every sign's different. Leo might be someone who discovered gold. Let's just say, for example, our paleontologists, archaeologists, they could be Leo. Negotiators and diplomats, they could be Aries, Gemini. Why are you going crooked? Stop it. I don't know why my dash cam is leaning. You guys get what I'm saying, right? So Capricorn is kind of like the most mental, spiritual being, whereas Cancer could just be more logical. Sagittarius is more practical. If you guys kind of get my drift. I used to do people's charts. It takes like a good 10-15 minutes, but I could tell you like who to date, who not to date, which sign you should sleep with. Because the chart doesn't lie when it comes to vibration and when it comes to connection and romance and things like that, and who to stay away from, who to work with, who your colleagues are. But it's all in like your sign. If you're a water sign, then you can never get along with a fire sign, obviously. And you should know that it's hard to build relationships with air signs. Anyways, before I forget my train of thought, we have to be very careful not to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Converted. Because I think this whole time that I thought I had a twin flame, I was being manipulated, and it was almost like trying to brainwash one of the most strongest, naive people of all in this person's journey. And I do sense that there was some type of, I don't know, all I can say is I had a channeled message this morning. I had a funky dream too. I astral projected in some weird, I astral projected to 8:18 a.m. this morning where I was late. Actually, I woke up late for work, and it made me freak out, and I woke up at 5 a.m. at home to get ready for. So I'm in a weird loop right now. But in the middle of that loop, I actually caught on to what somebody was intentionally trying to, someone was really trying to get me converted. They're really trying to convert you. I just didn't see it. And I always like to put, I don't like to say enemies closer, but people who try me, I always like to be close to them, because if there isn't an ounce of love, I'm very psychic, and I will know your agendas. I will know what you're up to. It's like, it's kind of cool. Like my everyone has this gift. It's not like it's for one or two. You know, it's, you have to really just be so open to people, and you have to find what you really value in life, and you have to keep your eyes open to observation. Emotional intelligence kicks in. You gotta be logical. You gotta have common sense, common courtesy. And then when you master, when you kind of, not master, but when you've done it for a long period, like for me, I put up with, it was a cop. Oh good, he passed me. What's it called? I have dealt with people for, I would say, almost 10 years in the fitness industry. And I've been dancing and performing for 20 years. So I'm susceptible to negativity and comments, negative feedback on a daily basis. At first, it used to bother the heck out of me. Now it's like, you know, I'm doing my thing. What are you doing? Yeah, so by being so active in this goodwill, I'm able to feel and detect and know when someone's being fake. Even if the person was a real connection through the soul journey, the destiny, it was all intended. But there's some people who really know how to run game on you, and I never thought, but it was just a weird thing that this person, I hate to put the story out, but I really want people who follow me to know the nitty gritty, that, you know, you might think someone's close to you, but you don't know like what they worship. And once they flash the symbols to you, they're kind of expecting you to respond. And for me, I was dumbfounded. And I keep acting dumbfounded. And I think on Facebook too, I keep getting ads from people, or friend requests from people, and I'm seeing them like with a pose, and it's like, dude, you're showing your Eye of Horus. Why are you doing that? I kind of get it though. Displaying yourself, opening yourself to, you know, so many people. The feeling is protection. It's all Eastern practice. It's all Eastern transcendental, which I always tell people, don't do transcendental yoga. Don't do transcendental meditation, because you're inviting entities into your body, or you're practicing what entities did. It's the same, it's carrying on, and it will convert you. Like once the mind and the cognition, you know, has those edits, this is real talk, y'all. Like, people don't pay attention to a lot of what I say sometimes, and that's why I really like my YouTube followers, because you guys follow every single thing that I say, because it's helpful. Anyways, I have a sore throat. So when this person last week flashed a triangle, and it was like it was a smoky quartz, and it was in a shape of a triangle. I kind of got it this morning. It was weird. Like, I had a dream where I was someone else. I had so many dreams yesterday. So another part of the dreams that I had was I was in the seat of a car of someone watching me and her as she was holding it. And it kind of revealed that she was part of something. and it was like her trying to prove her level or her status, that she's doing her part. It's just funny, like, people claim to be this type of religion, but then they're not. Like, I just like, why? Then I have to always pay attention that I don't want to say it, but I have to. No fear, no fear. People really have to understand, and I hope my video doesn't cut off either, because the schmoes who control everything. When you say Jewish, or when you say Hebrew, or when you say the kingdom, or Elohim, or any of that in the cluster, or Sumerian, people get so confused. You think just because something is how do I say this appropriately? I can't. You can't trust everything for what it really is. The land and the place of where things occurred was the battlefield of so many entities trying to have humanity's mindset and implant the simulation. It's kind of like, this is a horrible example, but it's the truth. It's kind of like how when you follow people on YouTube, it's the same thing. Everyone has their own way of exemplifying their truth, and you guys and me too, we choose who we follow, and then we go with it. And the thing is, we have to have faith. Like, who do we trust in? Who's giving us information that is trying to give us information because of controlled opposition? I was arguing with someone yesterday about Joe Rogan, and he was like, yeah, Joe Rogan's so awesome, man. Like, he is just so, like, in tune. I'm like, InfoWars and Joe Rogan, they're controlled opposition. Roseanne Barr, she even told you guys, controlled opposition. She pulled a controlled opposition stunt last year when she tweeted that racist, whatever. It was all a stunt to build ratings for the show called The Conners. Like, Roseanne, it was all planned. I'm psychic, I know. Yes, I was arguing with this guy. I'm like, you wait and depend for the next Joe Rogan statement. That's how you base your truth. Or InfoWars. It doesn't mean the information's false. It just means the resource of where you're getting it from is getting instructions from somewhere else on what to say and do. Whereas us on YouTube, we don't have the instructions, so we learn by error download, error upload, video cannot upload, or we see it in a different way than how. Do you guys get it? So whenever we're not in the controlled directive, we see conflict. Or I uploaded a dance video for you guys to enjoy, and a lot of people were saying it's still buffering and there's issues with it and da-da-da-da-da. Problem is because, like, I revealed a secret of Kundalini. It's not just in yoga. And I think when people think, oh, Kundalini, I have to go to a yoga class and pay for a yoga class to do Kundalini, that's where they get you. And that's Eastern Transcendental as well. Kundalini in yoga is transcendental. It's a conversion. You're supposed to have Kundalini energy, period. It's your back, it's your spine. African dance is Kundalini. It's activation. So anyways, I feel like that one lady, I forget her name. She was like a psychic. I don't want to put her in my description box, but she's a psychic, and she sits down and she drinks her water, and she'll stand back up and she'll keep talking. And I'm like, girl, why are you sitting down to drink your water? Just drink your water from standing up. Anyway, she was on a little rant about Britney Spears, and da 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 da, and the souls of the artists, and I'm like, for what it's worth, there are a few celebrities that really are they're in the middle. They're like, I don't really want to do this anymore. What do I? So I kind of said it last week. Pay attention to Kim Kardashian, because if she can find the loophole between the legal system and the conscious awakening, and I kind of think I think Kanye, follow me before you guys unsubscribe to my channel. Dude. Stop sign. Anyways, maybe I shouldn't be delivering messages while driving, because this guy is like crazy behind me. Good, the police is U-turning to get him. Oh, this is fun. Anyways, you hear the cop talk to him? I'm so nosy. Anyways, she was talking a lot about Britney Spears. Oh, I was on Kanye. When Kanye opened his mouth, that big rant, and then he disappeared for 40 days, I paid attention to that. The thing about it is, controlled opposition, following what I just said, they try to make you think that what happened was a bad thing, and he's crazy, and he's off the loony bin, and he was on meds. That was the narrative. But the truth is, and you may not agree with the truth, but the truth is what it is. What you want to be correct may not be the truth, but like, I'm driving this car, but you may not want me to be in this type of, you don't see me in this type of car. Maybe you see me in a Mercedes. But that is just what your truth is. But the truth is, I'm driving a Honda right now. So Kanye, he's very tapped in, is what I call it. When someone is so tapped in, Russell Brand, so tapped in. I'm getting there too, where we just start, out of nowhere, we'll just be like, and we just don't care, because nothing matters. Only the things that matter are in the mind, Alan Watts quote. But we have to make sure that we are very organized, and we pick our audience well, and that, you structure what you're saying properly, because then when you're all over the place, people will then push you back and walk away from you. Anyway, or if you guys know Rex Bear, when you Rex and his wigs and his all that. Anyways, it's just when you know so much, you get so free. You feel so free. This is a long video. Okay, what else do I want to tackle? The only celebrity, not a only celebrity. Since Kim did her legal movement shift and she helped release those people from prison, it really showed that there's something about her that it's coming back. I think, I don't know, I don't really want to believe in sell your soul anymore. I really believe in, like, held at your will, doing things that you really don't want to, exploiting yourself sexually. Those are all things of, like what Babylon went through. Easter, Ishtar. It's the same thing. Pagan worship, same thing. It's all the same thing. So, excuse me. That's why I was trying to get people to not celebrate Easter. Like, don't tell your kids that rabbits poop eggs. Please don't tell them eat out the poop. Because when they become artists and celebrities, and they want a big feature film, guess what? They're gonna have to be fill in the blank. It's all conditioning. I was talking to my mom yesterday about it. I'm so proud of my mom. She's like receptive of what I say now. I was telling her about television. I'm like, Mom, why do you think it's called television programming? She's like, oh, I never thought of that before. And so her mind is all right, before I let you guys go, I already talked about putting the 2 links in the description box below. Did I finish to talk about the artists and why they flash their eye and all that stuff? It's not a worship, it's really for protection. Even like because I belly dance, there's a lady, I know we have like some sort of past connection together, probably a mom, but she gave me these beautiful beads because all my beads keep breaking. It's almost like these chapters in life where I ascend to the next, my beads would break, they'll pop off, and it's always in 4 months. That's why I kind of have 4 in words for wisdom, because every 4 months I had a shift, and it kept waking me up, and every 4 years I had a major timeline jump or a crash. So I caught on to number 4, and I just said, I'll just keep the 4 in. Come on, dude. Didn't even say thank you. Really? This is what we have to deal with every day. Anyways, yeah, the 4 was very symbolic, and in Genesis it talks about the 4th day being the beginning of creation of life. Ooh, this lady almost hit me. Anyways, it's kind of dangerous. Like, this is why I in the Persian or Middle East tradition, they have these beads for protection, and they usually have an eye. And it's not like I worship anything, but there's the eye. And they also have Fatima, the hand of Fatima, which everybody in India, in Asia, the hand is, I think it's mostly India. Asia, they just have the Buddha figures with the hand. People don't connect the dots, and I just get so astonished. Like, lady, if you hit me, I'm gonna like, Bonquisha is gonna come out of me. The hand of Fatima. Fatima appeared to Juan Carlos, is his name, in Mexico. So basically, his daughter died, and it was the saddest loss he had ever had. And so he had gone on a walk to try to channel and talk to his daughter, who was in the spirit form. And Fatima appeared in like as his daughter, but she was levitating, and she was like illuminance. So Fatima gave him like 3 prophecies, and 2 were fulfilled and revealed. The 3rd we don't know yet. The 3rd is supposed to be a conspiracy theory of the 3rd secret, which I think I know. But the person who told me was this person I keep telling you guys in my video, was trying to convert me. And the thing about it is, because this person's Catholic has ties to, well, we already know. It's not a, I just don't want to say the word. It starts with the Jesu, and then, yes, that is it. I just don't want to say it because there are people who are that, and they end up being around me when I say like that word. It's kind of a crazy world, you know. It's not like no one's threatening our lives, and who gives a shit if someone's threatening your life? If you die, you basically go to another realm with all this knowledge, and then all this, like, we are the ones to be feared. Like, if not, but they are there to fear us, because if we were to go to an astral plane where we get to do this work with all this consciousness, whoo, chap. So if you guys can think, this is why some artists are cut off. Some singers like Prince, Michael Jackson, Jimi Hendrix, to stop their evolutionary process and their ascension. Chester Bennington, rest his soul, from Linkin Park, he was a good friend of mine. When they know so much, it can do some damage. And so, obviously, but also in the soul process, because I like Words for Wisdom's channel to be more about the soul and the journey of the soul. I try to stay away from conspiracy theory, but the journey of the soul is really about taking the Akashic records in the third paradigm, which is the 3D, which is the reality we're in now, and you're carrying it over to the ninth to report it. See, this is what happened in that third, because after you, oh gosh, if you guys go back to my, I'll put it in this description too. You really should pay attention to that. It's called incoming light codes? Incoming light codes, and I put the Merkaba in the picture image with 4 angels in it. I was actually told to put that image in there because that is, people who see that, it will just channel them to push play. So long story short, incoming light codes, I talked about the densities and the different levels. That's the truth. But anywhere where you're past 5th density, 5D, then you have there's no 6. No, yeah, 6 is prism, 7 is light, 8 is source, 9 is Holy Spirit, 10 is light speed, or zero gravity. But anyways, what I was saying was when you pass 8, you don't really see the lower frequencies because you're at a higher plane, you're in a higher place. So why on non-earth would you want to come through or descend yourself past the 7th density and then get trapped here? So it's kind of true that, if there was a creator, which we all know there was, the creator basically can't come here because what happens, like, sacrifice, and then, so I understand why there's only one begotten Son, because there was only one time that God can only transcend himself into his own in order to be here to experience it and then leave the density, because he knows that coming here in the physical density would only mean death. So why keep coming here and dying when, do you guys get it? You get it, right? All right, we're at 32 minutes. I gotta let you go. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Dude, like, I be bringing, like, so much knowledge. It's so awesome. But because Saturn is in Capricorn, and that's usually, they go hand in hand, it just makes perfect sense why that equals knowledge. Alrighty, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.